Union Home Minister Amit Shah today hit out at the political leaders of Jammu and Kashmir with a string of accusations that included getting foreign forces to intervene in the issue of scrapping of Article 370, taking away the rights of women and Dalit and bringing back what he calls terror and turmoil in the Union Territory. Now, in a series of tweets, he targeted the Congress as well, one of the signatories, remember, of the Gupkar Declaration, asking the party to clarify its position on the issue. He said, and I quote, Congress and the Gupkar gang want to take Jammu and Kashmir back to the era of terror and turmoil. They want to take away rights of Dalits, women and tribal that we have ensured by removing the Article 370. This is why they've been rejected by the people everywhere. But if you're also wondering what exactly is the Gupkar Alliance and the Gupkar Declaration after all, which has really brought into attention a lot of stuff that is happening in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's quickly put out a couple of graphics for you to make it clear. Well, it's essentially an alliance of 7 mainstream political parties in the Jammu and Kashmir region. They all are united by one cause, which is the restoration of Article 370. The parties involved are arch rivals. They have never come together on a platform, but for the cause of 370, they did. They include parties like the National Conference, the PDP, CPI, CPM, PC, JK, PM, and also the Congress Party, all of them working towards restoring the special status for Jammu and Kashmir that was revoked, remember, in 2019. Their chairperson, remember, this entire alliance has 3 former chief ministers come together, and the chairperson is Farooq Abdullah.
ऐसा है, इस पर मैंने कल विस्तार से प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस किया था और बहुत अमित शाह जी ने सही लिखा है, ट्वीट किया है कि क्या है उनकी कहानी। महबूबा मुफ्ती कहती हैं, जब तक कश्मीर का झंडा नहीं आएगा तब तक भारत का तिरंगा नहीं लहराएंगे। और श्रीमान फारूक अब्दुल्ला कहते हैं कि हम 370 को वापस लाने के लिए चीन का भी सहयोग लेंगे। पाकिस्तान से तो दोनों बातचीत की बात कर ही रहे हैं। तो आज आतंकवाद पर बहुत हमारी सेनाएं भारी पड़ी है, सुरक्षा भारी पड़ी है। आज वहां के लोग आतंकवाद से उबे हैं, अब लोकल टेररिस्ट नहीं आते। तो ये सब सारी खुराफात उसी के लिए की जा रही है।
So you heard what the BJP has to say on the matter. In fact, all of a sudden, we had the entire top leadership of the BJP either tweeting about it or holding press conferences on the matter as well. For those wondering what exactly has prompted this, well, listen in to Farooq Abdullah, what he had to say on the day this was actually formed.
ये जो आप लोगों ने प्रोपेगेंडा फैलाया कि हम देश के दुश्मन हैं, हम देश के दुश्मन नहीं हैं। हाँ, हम बीजेपी के दुश्मन जरूर हैं। वो यहाँ हिंदू को अलग, मुसलमान को अलग, सिख को अलग, ईसाई को अलग खड़ा करना चाहते हैं। हम महात्मा गांधी के हिंदुस्तान को मानते हैं जहाँ सब बराबर हैं। वो हिंदू हो, वो सिख हो, मुसलमान, ईसाई हो, कोई भी हो, वो कश्मीर का हो, आंध्रा का हो, तमिलनाडु का हो या कहीं का भी हो, हम उस चीज को मानते हैं।
Nazir, we've been talking about Gupkar Declaration for quite some time, even the People's Alliance for that matter. So far, we've had no response from the BJP. In fact, only the local leadership speaking up against the declaration, saying they'll be rejected one more time and that all this is anti-BJP propaganda. What do you think prompted the Home Minister to suddenly come up with these series of attacks?
Well, Sonal, it has come days after the nomination papers for the upcoming District Development Council elections were announced in Jammu and Kashmir. You know, what the leaders like Mahbooba Mufti and Umar Abdullah are now, they are tweeting, they are making very strong comments against Amit Shah's attack on this Gupkar Alliance or the People's Alliance for the Gupkar Declaration. Umar Abdullah is saying that I can understand the frustration behind this attack by the Honorable Home Minister. He had been briefed that the People's Alliance was preparing to boycott elections. This would have allowed the BJP and newly formed King's Party of Freedom in Jammu and Kashmir. We didn't oblige them. In another tweet, Umar Abdullah is saying only in Jammu and Kashmir can leaders be detained and called anti-national for participating in elections and supporting a democratic process. The truth is that all those who oppose the ideology of the BJP are labeled corrupt and anti-national. In another tweet, Umar Abdullah is saying, we are not a gang. Amit Shah ji, we are legitimate political alliance having fought and continuing to fight elections, much to your disappointment. So clearly the People's Alliance, which is PDP, National Conference, People's Conference, other groups, and CPIM and Congress as well, they're saying it is linked to their decision to participate elections, because earlier why BJP was silent, why Amit Shah was silent, because according to Umar Abdullah, they thought, they were briefed that this alliance will boycott, because they had earlier boycotted Panchayat elections in 2018. They were saying there should be first assurance about the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. Now there was a presumption that after this election alliance was stitched by the political parties here post abrogation of 370, they may boycott elections. And in the meantime, Centre announced District Development Council elections and by-elections for 12,000 Panchayat seats in Jammu and Kashmir. So perhaps they are saying what Umar Abdullah's tweet, it clearly shows. So they have actually upset their calculations. They are contesting elections. They will not allow BJP and their partners in Jammu and Kashmir a free run. So they are clearly linking it to their decision to participate in elections. So Umar also saying it's the only place in the country, Jammu and Kashmir, where the political parties fighting elections and participating in democratic process, they are being called corrupt and anti-national. So really a target war over this alliance. Amit Shah calling them as a gang, but they are saying we are not gang, we are a political force in Jammu and Kashmir. And all would be decided whether they are a gang and actually political force once the results of the 8-phase long this district development elections will be over in Jammu and Kashmir.
Right. Nasir, how important are these elections and what's the strategy then? Will there be one candidate from the People's Alliance versus the BJP? So it'll be like just two parties in the forefront?
Well, already these nomination papers have started. On 28 would be the first phase of this election. This is a long drawn out process. In 8 phases, elections in district development councils in 20 districts of Jammu and Kashmir will be held. People's Alliance has already made a seat sharing arrangement within themselves. For example, in a place where PDP will field a candidate, NC National Conference will not field a candidate. Similarly, all those places where a National Conference is fielding candidates and PDP is not fielding the candidates. In fact, Farooq Abdullah has been made the chairman of this alliance, and finally, he's actually approving each candidate from all the parties, be it People's Conference, be it CPM, be it people, PDP. So kind of, unusual, alliance in Jammu and Kashmir, where bitter political rivals have come together to fight election and to show, look, this is the first electoral process, democratic process, post-abrogation of 370, who has the mandate of people. That is a major political message from Kashmir. Once this Jammu and Kashmir, once this election is over, BJP will be having an embarrassing position. If they lose it, they will tell the country, look, people of Jammu and Kashmir are with us if they win this election. But since this alliance has come together and fighting it jointly, it would not be easy for BJP this election, as Umar Abdullah is trying to say that they will not have a free run if they had boycotted and they didn't oblige BJP and its partners in Jammu and Kashmir. So really very interesting politics is being played out in Jammu and Kashmir as Umar Abdullah, as Amit Shah, all People's Alliance in Jammu and Kashmir.
Interesting indeed. So these elections now being turned into a referendum of sorts on which way the people of Kashmir actually stand on this issue. Interesting how such a small election is playing out nationally also now, with the Home Minister jumping into it as well. Neeta Sharma also joins us. Neeta, you just heard Nasir speak about the politics of it all, but what exactly are you hearing from the Home Ministry when it comes to Article 370?
See, as far as the Home Ministry is concerned, Sonal, it has been done. The deal which has been done, it cannot be, again done away with. They have been sticking to their stand as far as 370 is concerned, that it will not go away. It has also got them very good results as far as other state elections are also concerned. Whenever Prime Minister or the Bharatiya Janata Party has raised a pitch as far as Article 370 is concerned, it has consolidated their votes. But the similar situation won't be there as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, especially after these land reforms, which the Bharatiya Janata Party has got. It would have different connotations for different regions. It will play out differently in Kashmir region, it will play out differently in Jammu region and differently in Ladakh region. That is the main worry of Bharatiya Janata Party. They know now that all these alliance partners are fighting together in a seat sharing formula is already decided by them. So What if the BJP's vote, dips a little bit, even in Jammu region or even in Ladakh region? That is the main worry, and that is why, again the narrative of Article 370, how the Gupkar gang is coming together, all these kinds of narratives are being pulled out, and none below than the Union Home Minister himself is tweeting about it. To counter him, Mehbooba Mufti has also said that the BJP can stitch alliances and fight elections wherever they want, but if other parties stitch alliances, then they are called Gupkar gang. She in fact has gone further. She says first they label us as Love Jihad, then they say Tukre Tukre gang, and now Gupkar gang. The BJP has been labeling people. Even Omar Abdullah has hit out at the Bharatiya Janata Party and Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah, saying that we are not Gupkar gang, we are elected, we are political parties who are fighting elections democratically. So obviously the war of words have begun. It is a 8-phase election starting from November 28th. Last time, when this election had taken place, all these local parties had not participated in it, but this time they are participating, and that's what is dithering BJP.